Hi everyone, it's April 19th, 2026. Coming back in with another message just to see what's happening out there. It's real easy to fall into a negative mindset since we've been swimming in a soup of emotional vomit for a long time. Well, regardless of all of that, I hope the day is treating you kindly, everyone. Looks like we're coming down to the nitty-gritty of truth. Y'all are great, 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 great. 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 So let's see what's going on, huh? Let's see what's going on. Planetary circumstances. Please. Planetary circumstances. What's happening? We got gatekeeper issues. A whole bunch of frauds out there. Snacking on the heart space of ascended masters. They're so fucking cool. Alrighty then, so in the central energy, what do we got there for the planetary circumstance? What's happening there, Spirit? What's happening? Ooh, the sun. Rebirth, rebirth, positivity, all is well. Ooh. Big old sun shining on me, I am happy. In the challenge position, the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, mastery. You've been working hard to master yourself. And so, you're there all by yourself. You don't have anybody teaching you. You're just doing everything that you choose to do precisely. You're one of those people that believes in craftsmanship, not doing things in the cheapest fashion and the quickest fashion whatsoever, but truly taking your time and in the craftsmanship and the skill that you like to produce. You like it to last and last and last and be a quality project. Whether it be your own internal garden, your mind, or whatever it is you're working on. In the subconscious, Empress, the Empress. We got a rebirth for the divine feminine, the mother nurturer that's in all things and all beings. Here you are. Present here with us now. Thank you, thank you. In the recent past, Ace of Cups. A big old cup of love. It's pure love. There's nothing vile about this. This energy of this beautiful one is pure. Bringing about new beginnings and renewal. And endings. Alpha, Omega. A rose is a rose is a rose until it becomes something greater than a rose. Empress. Intentions and expectations. Seven of Pentacles, perseverance, and you're coming into the reward, the harvest that is actually belongs to you. Nobody's going to shatter your heart, nobody's going to steal your glow, and nobody's going to control the gate or the authoritative position that you have been allotted. They're not going to step into your shoes, Cinderella. The circle is closed, it belongs to you. It's interesting how God will appoint people for specific positions, and then you've always got somebody else trying to step into those shoes. I had a vision of a young, saintly woman, perhaps virginal, maybe 15, in her little shroud of holiness. And her eyes got big and she said, because somebody stepped up and told her to step down, that the position was not being offered to her. She did try to step into the shoes, though, according to the religious leaders that put her there. Stepping all over God's appointment and their representative that he chose. So we got the hermit here. The hermit is here. We've got research going on. You could be contemplating something alone. Maybe you dealt with this all on your own, shining a light on the illusion that was being cast over the mental body of Divine Feminine. You're able to shed light on the confusion that was being broadcast as a Wi-Fi streamline of a radio show of insanity. Fortunately, the divine upper dimensional spaces and places, those people in their proper status, they don't succumb or claim every damn thing that moves through them because they know who they are. An original organic transmitter receiver divine, picking up on the chaos and the nastiness of this particular realm. So, the lens that's being looked through is judgment. You have been able to reveal what has been going on at the gates of these divine feminines. The eye in the sky can now see clearly that the gatekeepers have been filing false reports and shattering the heart chakra, sabotaging the rainbow covenant that has been given to these women, and then kicking them back off the mountain. You're bringing the truth. You bypassed the gatekeeper, you forced your way through, or God just brought you on through and decided to grab hold of your information. All of the research, everything that they did to your mind. The mind of a loving woman. While demanding that she care for them. In the environment. Three of Pentacles, Power 3, some kind of a commitment. They're intertwined together, some kind of a collaboration. Hopes and fears. Two of Swords in the reverse. There's decisions that need to be made. Clarity. Somebody wants to compromise. They don't want to be stuck at the crossroads. Somebody's getting somebody wants a resolution. Outgoing energy. Justice. We've got judgment. For what they've been doing to the minds and the hearts and the rainbow covenants that these divine feminines have had. At the gate, they've been shattering the rainbow chakra. They've been sabotaging the Merkaba and then stepping in as the spiritual identity. There's justice that's going to be served here for all those nasty little bitches who did not do the work to earn this reward. Witchery don't get you to heaven, honey. Witchery don't get you to heaven. And now that the High Priestess, or this Empress here, is emancipated and rebirthed, the big old new beginning and the completion, Alpha and Omega. They've been stealing your honor lifetime after lifetime, and they've been trying to do it thus far too. They're really... They're going to get a 10 of Swords is what they're going to get. They're getting a 10 of Swords. Justice, the law of cause and effect. Every nasty thing that they did to you from the beginning to the end shall be done to them. They're going to have to. experience death, I suppose. We do have a visionary, a King of Wands, who's got some kind of a victory here. You're moving forward with a new beginning, with the Queen of Cups. So King of Wands and Queen of Cups are moving forward with their new beginning together. It's passionate. And it's a Nine of Cups. And it's a Nine of Cups. You're getting a Nine of Cups happiness and pleasure due to the restrictions that you experienced as a star. And it could very well be that these ones are going to be restricted now, paralyzed, trapped for what they've done to the star. You've rejuvenated. And there's an Ace of Pentacles here. Stability. Stability. Page of Pentacles. And Four of Cups. Renewal. Brought to you by God. The Queen of Pentacles. You're getting it. You're going to get that because of the hardship that you endured. Your king may have abandoned you. And it could be that the King of Swords knows your truth. Or maybe the King of Swords is in regret because whatever they did failed. You had some kings that betrayed you. Empress. They felt what? Small in your presence? You're the Empress. You're all four queens. And these kings, they felt insufficient. Somehow they needed to knock you down. All of you. They're under judgment. And you will get your justice. In the very beginning, when the new set of divine masculines came on board to claim we who had been rejected, they said they should have loved them for who they are. At the very minimum, they should have just let them be. Instead of figuring out the best way that they could be a destroyer of women. Freaking wackos. We got the sun here. You got vital force. The soul, S-O-L-S-U-N, resides in you. And all that that's connected to. You've got a rebirth here. You're very vital. You're a master. Oath. You are married. Oath. The sun. A rebirth. And you are married. You have an oath. You are wed. You're a bride. You're somebody's bride. You're somebody's bride. Unity and diversity. They could be different races. Embracing differences to create a harmonious and balanced partnership, divinely guided toward union. So, I mean, you could be married to somebody who is a different skin color. Unity and diversity. Somebody who is of a different, like maybe you, I don't know. But whoever it is, they're firing a warning shot as a sign of authority and control. You're the bride. And they're like, hey, warning, warning, warning. There's been a rebirth here. This woman has been claimed by somebody else. And nobody better freaking touch her. This has been going on for a long time. There has been warnings to treat her with respect. And to there's a protection order on her. And there's still people out there trying to magically shatter her. While she's out there throwing rose bouquets to people who need assistance, a sweetness, protection. She's covering them in her grace. There's a warning shot. Do not touch this woman. She's necessary. She's a master. And she pays attention to details. She's very precise. And very skilled. And you've got all these kings out there that are just feeling so freaking low. They want her under their damn feet. They feel less than in the presence of her. So rather than develop better craftsmanship, rather than add more value to their own soul, they're hyper-focused and manic almost of how to tear her down. There's a warning. Do not touch that woman. She's a bride. She's somebody's bride. This Empress. She provides ease and grace. She's a high-value woman, an abundant woman. And what she generates and manifests in this world, she shares. She's throwing it. She's like, hey, have some flowers. Hey, have some flowers. Have some flowers. Oh, yes. Everybody wants divinely guided flowers. She's working very, very hard. She's not a slacker. She's not jealous. She's not envious. She's too busy creating and sharing. She doesn't have time to pay attention to these jealous, envious people. She's busy adding value to her soul. She's busy becoming the Empress. Or there could have just been a rebirth of the Empress because they have been shattering hearts at the gate for a long time, siphoning the love and the gifts, the power. Shredder. There's a warning shot. Anybody who's not protected by the rose is going in the shredder. They threw her in the trash. You know how many knives that the spirit of this woman took over the many thousands of years? You know how many knives they stuck into her? They're going in the shredder. They did not want to be with her. They just wanted to siphon the value out of her. And now they're fucking off. They're going to fuck off. You're deleting the unwanted memories. It's your mastery. You're an Empress. You're a master creatress. And you are deleting the unwanted memories. Yep. You're a divine feminine, an abundant, nurturing divine feminine. When anybody coming into your life can tell that even though it's just grace, it's luxury. You know, luxury does not have to be gold toilets and humongous ballrooms and three-piece suits. It doesn't have to be any of that. Luxury is warm water inside your house and maybe a flushing toilet. Ease and grace on a cold day. What, man? People are... The Empress. Oh, the Empress. Honey, honey, honey. Your distant twin flame is fueling your spiritual journey and your inner growth. Solo venture reveals hidden truths and personal growth. The Empress and her distant twin flame, they're connected. They're there, wed. She's covering people in the roses, the bouquets of the rose. The other day, I had the vision of 2 eggs in a pan, and they were bloody, the yolks. And I thought, oh my God, we got some kind of bubonic plague or some crap coming at us on the eggs. And that's what I was thinking. But a sister friend of mine came over yesterday, and I told her the story or the vision, and she's like, oh no. And she got on her phone and she Googled it, and it's like, it means that it represents the blood of the Christ and its protection. And there are 2 yolks in the pan. So there's 2 of you. There's you, Empress, and your twin flame. You are wed, the son and this bride. And there's warning shots going off. They will not be messing around. If they do, they're going in the shredder, because they are going in the shredder. The mastery, the diligence, and the skill of this bride and her distant twin flame are shredding the unwanted memories. There's house cleaning happening in the field of collective consciousness. We had some nasty devil jacks up there and their little Jezebels commanding gates because they shattered the gateholder's heart and then stepped in as a spiritual identity. They've been doing this. But everything is seen now because you were able to survive and come up. And now you and the sun, the double yoke, the bride and the sun, the Empress and her twin flame. Masters, very, very skilled. The Alpha and the Omega, the Ace of Cups and the World. Yeah. So there's unity and diversity. She's covering people with those bouquets of roses. She's delivering flowers to the family. And there's warning shots to anyone who wishes to skip the necessary steps to gain an advantage. Don't be touching the bride. Don't be touching this distant twin flame. Don't be touching the Alpha Omega. Honey. Honey. Oh gosh, and I just heard Asher Quinn. By the fiery moon. The way she is by the fiery moon. Love. So beautiful. Asher Quinn sings a song like, a family. Woo-hoo. Woo. So, the Ace of Cups, you're getting a new beginning here, a renewal. There is an awakening here about your love. There is a completion here of the previous thing, the completion of these family ties, perhaps, that took you for granted. And you're getting a new family, one that appreciates what you have, and they're supportive of you. You're going to grow together and learn from one another, evolving as a unit. The Alpha and the Omega are together. The Sun and his bride. Seven of Pentacles. They persevered and they're coming into their harvest and their reward. They worked very, very hard. They've made an investment, a very serious investment that was actually a lot of personal suffering while investigating and researching the truth of methods and modalities of ensnarement, entrapment, and defilement, right? They desecrated everybody and everything. The Sun and this bride were able to come together. That's good. So you were able to persevere, and you're coming into a reward because they took everything from you. They had you stuck here in isolation, and they took everything from you. They had you trapped in a cycle of consumption, and they were never satisfied. Shallow satisfaction from consumerism is short-lived. Monetary chains held you back from true happiness. So monetary chains held you back. You were working for the man, and at the end of the year, you had to pay more taxes, and the taxes that they took from you already out of every paycheck, it's going to somebody. Oh yeah, somebody used you for gain, and now you're coming into a harvest, a reward, because they used you. The Hermit is here doing research over the mental illusions that were cast over Divine Feminine's mind. This Wi-Fi streaming of radio programs of self-loathing, of unhealed wounds. It was all just a freaking soap opera that they were streaming through your delicate and sensitive transmitter receiver, your divine communication source connected device. they disconnected you from source. They stepped in as a spiritual identity, and then they started downloading all of these Wi-Fi streamline radio shows, and they tried to tell everybody that you were insane. But these thoughts were not your thoughts. You were picking up on the incredible atrocities that were happening to consciousness in this realm. As a delicate, sensitive transmitter receiver of the environment's atmosphere, it's your duty to pick up on these things and to report it to source. But these nasty devils, they figured a way to get you separated so that you could not report on it. You could experience it and and they could tell God that you needed to be replaced because this was who you were. But it wasn't who you were at all. It was a program of insanity. It was a streaming of a radio show through your mind that you were picking up on. And rather than say, my delicate instrument is picking up on this incredible, heinous crime right now, the puppet master was telling source that what was running through you belonged to you. And the illusion, the magic was really incredibly good. These people are very good at their deception. No doubt about it. There's been partial resets many times. It's been thousands of years. So they're very good at this deception, at these illusions, at the acting, the script, writing, calling it prophecy, darling, peeping. So the hermit is here. Really looking at some stuff right now, doing some research, gaining wisdom regarding the illusions that were cast over the mental bodies of divine feminine. These high priestesses, empresses, oracles, prophetesses, they were interfering in our messaging system. And they were trying to defile us sexually and then say that we were prostitutes. Many of you, like myself, have been single and celibate for a very long time, but they were tampering with the energy, casting an illusion. Now they're spying. They're spying. They have a lot of secrets here. These women that are spying on you, divine women. These ones, these sorceresses, know how to break or sabotage a Merkaba. They were trained in it. And then they were casting faulty or deceitful reports to the ancestors regarding you. They said that you were angry, bitter, your shadow work wasn't working because they kept running this rhetoric through your mind. But it never belonged to you. They're under judgment. The eye in the sky can see clearly now the truth of your mind. This technology, this witchery. Walls are closing in. You're removing the walls built by cultural differences. There is unity and diversity. When you come together with your special skill sets from the various regions, realms, dimensions, star nations, soul tribes, when you come together and you work together without bias or prejudice, then you can really clear things up very quickly. So there's unity and diversity. You're divinely guided toward union. You're removing the walls built by cultural differences. And there's no more space for denial. Only for resolution. Judgment is here. The walls are closing in. Your Empress and your distant twin flame are linked, wed. You are wed. We got the Three of Pentacles here in the environment. We got cooperation, collaboration, teamwork. What are they doing? What are these Three of Pentacles doing? Self-discipline. They're stuck in a bad routine that hampers their productivity. Drinking and fighting, lifting weights. They're feeling empowered by choosing sobriety over alcohol. Focusing on long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. It could be that this is what you've decided to do. You went to war with the substances that this realm likes to pour into the temple. Because things like alcohol will loosen up your command over your mental faculties, and it will open the gates of all of your rainbow chakra, and they can get in there and sabotage your Merkaba, your chariot, your light body, connecting you to source, and then they can sabotage your spiritual identity and do things over there once they gain access to your house where your soul and your spirit live connected to source, right? These guys are a bunch of really bad, nasty sorcerers and sorceresses. It's really twisted because they're using this nasty magic against people who don't do magic. Good, honest, loving, caring people that work really, really hard and do their very best for their families, for themselves. We got the Two of Swords in the reverse. There's decisions being made here. Somebody wants to make a compromise. You've gained clarity over what's going on. There's no hesitation when it comes to decision making. It's digital detox. You're cutting people out. You're silencing the signal. These entities are complaining about the silencer. These interdimensional species are losing signal to the consciousness of the sun and the bride and those people who are covered by that covenant. So you have you've got clarity. So there's no hesitation regarding this decision. You're not stuck at the crossroads over it. There's a complete digital detox. And that's justice because they've been effing around with people's reputations and their lives and their minds. It's crazy. So the law of cause and effect is here. Whatever they did to you will be done to them. They broadcast these pornographic movies that they were making. They broadcast them throughout the universe. They were wearing your face and saying it was you, and it wasn't. There was people who was dressed up in your energy because they were siphoning your energy, and then they were wearing your face. Some of these people went so far as to get plastic surgery and stuff. So justice is happening. The law of cause and effect is here for those people who betrayed love and worshipped money. They kicked you right off that teeter-totter, and they enjoyed sitting there on the other end looking at that big old wad of cash. They didn't want a woman who was talking. They didn't want a creatress who had her own thoughts and opinions and ideas about the way family and life in general should go. Oh no, they didn't want to listen to her because they're very arrogant. And they don't have the mind of an apprentice. They think that they are God and that they know everything, and it's just stupid. So justice is happening. The law of cause and effect is there for those who are interested only in themselves. Casanova, piece of shit, missed the deadline. He got distracted. Lust was his downfall. Lust was his downfall. Casanova missed the deadline. He got distracted. And now danger is approaching. They're like, and his Jezebel is like, oh no, you bastard, what'd you do to me? It's like, bitch, it's your story too. You know, they're always blaming somebody else for what it is they chose to do. They chose to force their karmic personality into the mind of high value people by Wi-Fi streaming it into the sensitive, delicate transmitter receiver of source. Fortunately, the sun is with the bride, and there is a knowing, a very personal witnessing and firsthand irrefutable evidence and testimony of what it is that they've been doing to the communication device of source and its children. Everything they did to you from the very beginning to the very end shall be done to them, and it's terrifying. There's a warning shot. Stay away from this woman. She's being divinely guided towards union. The sun is with her. We got Netflix jail. Girl, your comfort zone is a trap. There's a warning shot being fired to this copycat. This person that's been creating content, wearing your face and pretending to be you. They're afraid. You're a master. You've worked very, very hard to be who you are, to add value to your soul. And you are deleting unwanted memories, and that includes this copycat and her pornography channel. And her pimp can't sleep. They're going in the shredder. This Empress and her twin flame are connected. The sun and his bride are connected. And we've got stop cosplaying fear as guidance. Stop anxiety. That was an intuition. That was anxiety in a cape. Anxiety, self-awareness, and perception. The one who is being warned to stop making movies or content as this bride is like full of anxiety. Look at it. They're so immature. They're a little twit. And the Empress and her distant twin flame are firing a warning shot to this content creator, copycat, and her pimp here, who can't sleep because everything that they've done is going in the shredder. They're having anxiety. They were cosplaying fear as guidance. And anybody who makes decisions for their life based in fear are going shrink, 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 shrink. And calling it guidance. Calling it a success story by lowering the bar, by hiding you away, by making you afraid rather than brave. Ace of Cups, new beginning, renewal, alpha, and the world, completion, omega. Family ties who appreciate what you have. You support each other through it all. You're going to grow together, learning from one another, evolving as a unit. This is unity and diversity. It is, you're removing the walls built by cultural differences. So obviously, the sun and the bride are from two different cultures. There are cultural differences. Some of these nasty jacks, they're arguing about cultural differences, about how there's going to be these negative experiences because you both have different backgrounds. You know, you have rules and regulations and expectations and proprieties and all of that good stuff, you know? So you got a bunch of masculines out there that are objecting because apparently this bride is very much an empress. She's operating in her own sovereignty as a divine feminine. And you got these men out there that are, they consider themselves to be the authority, but she's an empress. Okay, so those that took family for granted, we got retrograde, didn't cancel your to-do list. It's not the stars, it's your snooze button. Procrastination, responsibility, and ownership. It could very well be that no matter what is going on, you are stepping in. You got your to-do list, and no matter how painful it is, how tired you are, or what's going on, you still keep moving forward in a good way. You don't blame Mercury retrograde and then lay in bed for 3 days complaining and crying and moaning and groaning and, oh, I can't get anything done. Somebody give me chicken soup. No, you're very responsible. That's why you're coming together, the alpha and the omega. You don't quit, and you take a very, you're very serious about adding value to your soul. You're very serious about being capable of taking care of your family. You're very serious about their health and well-being and the future of their family. This isn't a joke. And it isn't something for lazy people. Privileged people with their hands out. Family is not for the lazy or the greedy. You're coming into your harvest. You made an investment, you worked very hard, and you persevered through the challenges. You were trapped in a cycle where people were using you to make profit. Whether it was your 9 to 5, whether they were prostituting your energy or your womb, whether it be in the physical or in the energy, the spirit. They were robbing you. So now you're getting a reward. They wanted your reward. Somebody wants your reward. Shallow. Some shallow person wants to consume you. The hermit is here doing the research over the illusions that were cast over the loving mind of the Empress, over these other women that could very well too be Empresses or High Priestesses, that were heart shattered at the gate and then kicked off while some other asshole took on your heart energy and then pretended that it was their love. They're peeping on you right now. They're spying. And people are unfollowing them, comparing themselves to you. They're comparing themselves to you. They're spying on you. They mess with your mind so hard, but they're spying on you. People are unfollowing them. Nobody wants to listen to what they have to say anymore. There's judgment being called over over their revelation of what they've been doing with these high value women. Hiding them away, treating them like low value people when it's just a fractured portion of their true totality that these people have been making money on, living on, pretending to be a fraction of a shattered heart of an Empress. There is no more space for denial. Removing the walls built by cultural differences. There is a unification happening. These nasty jacks are really upset over this bride being a unifier. They keep calling her a unifier. So, we got the root and the crown. And I don't like to think of that as a root and a crown because I saw the heaven and I saw a huge tall door with an ankh on it. So the Egyptians and the heavens, whatever, the God who rules over the land of Trine, and the gods who rules Amun-Ra, who rules over the underworld or whatever. I don't know how any of this works, okay? All I know is that they're side by side. It's the crown and the root, but they have equal value. And if you must know, I think the root probably has more because it has to root very deep in order not to fall down or break or whatever, in order to hold that crown firm, right? So they are very, very valuable. So the walls are closing in. You got some folks here, look, man, they're under judgment. And it's like, let go already. Let go, let go, let go. Just let go. Nasty Jack, you got the Three of Pentacles here. There's a collaboration. Somebody's focused on long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. You were committed. You were committed. And you know what this is? Look at this. This is a man and a woman's arm linked. It's the Alpha and the Omega, the Ace of Cups and the World card, the Empress and her distant twin flame. It's the Sun and the Bride. They were stuck in a bad routine, but they chose sobriety over alcohol and they focused on long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. And they're bringing about an ending. They're writing the ending. They're bringing about a closure to this scenario. This weird, wacky scenario. The Two of Swords is in the reverse. So you're not at a crossroads. You know exactly what to do. There's digital detox. There's the silencer. The silencer could be, or distant twin flame, could be interrupting signal. Like these other dimensional spaces, these doorways that have been coming in and out of the space and place, they're being dismantled, locked down, disconnected. It's dead weight, and it's not a cute accessory. We can't glow if we won't let go. They got to let go. We got to get rid of the dead weight that's been sucking the life out of us, the dead weight that's been hijacking our source-connected intellectual property. These are animated corpses, principalities running around in cloned bodies. You know, these human suits grown in bags of still water. I don't know. Or maybe they're just Agent Smith body hoppers or whatever. All I know is that they're dead weight. And it's not a cute accessory, so you're letting it go. You're being liberated from it. Digital detox. Whoever these signals are, these Wi-Fi, Elon Musk, whatever, I don't even know, man. They're going away. I've heard some people complaining about heat. There's no heat. And they're talking about energy, but they're talking about kinetic energy, meaning there's no energy. They have to actually like get on a stationary bicycle and pedal forever. There is no electricity. So they might not have light bulbs and such wherever they got to go. They have to start from the beginning. They have to start from a complete ground zero lack, because that's where they kept putting you. Every time they kept putting you in that space of lack. You know how they always restart that in the 1800s or whatever. You got all these big towns, but there's nobody there, man. And there's no light bulb, there's no nothing. And they say, wow, okay. Well, that's where it's all going. We got justice, the law of cause and effect is coming for the money worshiper. Yes, Casanova messed up. Casanova messed up real bad. They missed the deadline for their proper sacrifice. They cannot pull off of a bride, off of a high value high priestess empress. They don't have a proper sacrifice. So they were not able to get it. Now, God said, or Amun-Ra did, that these ones will not find what they were looking for. And he called him a Hebrew. So I don't know if he was talking about a Zionist or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that there's devils wearing angels' robes in the Father's house, the land of Trine. And this is beyond the Emerald Gate. And we got some nasty devils up there that have been hijacking those gates and bringing in the devils and putting the high priestess empresses, shattering their heart at the gate, and then stepping in and then putting them back down for child pedophilia experiences and whatnot. So now they're a little distracted. They're having car accidents. They miss their deadline. They don't have an innocent, pure heart to cover their sin, to transmute their nastiness, to take the blame for their bad shit. Danger is approaching. The zombies are coming. The dead, to collect the dead. So the dead are rising to come and collect the dead. Anybody who has the light on, the flame on, those who have been covered by the rose, are going to be fine. But you got this Netflix queen. She keeps trying to break into your chakra system. She keeps trying to do magic so that she can step into your spiritual identity and be covered by you. This is a bad, bad bitch. She's strangling Casanova right now. Oh, they're crying. They're crying, all right. Because you made it. You made it out alive, barely, but you made it. Okay? And that could be your distant twin flame. That could be you, Empress. Oh. So, yeah, they're caught in tensions. Why? Because Casanova's replacement, their little porn star here on the Netflix, yeah, they can't sleep. She didn't get your glow up. She doesn't love herself, and she's not getting your glow up. And the law of cause and effect is coming for these people. Zombie apocalypse. The zombies are coming to collect the dead. And that is these people. They don't have the light on in them. They're full of anxiety. They're full of fear. They lead people by making them afraid. Their method of guiding folks is through chaos and fear and trauma. And now we're not giving idiots spiritual credit anymore. We're not recycling heartbreak. Those people who want to heartbreak people and then claim that they have a spiritual authority while holding the bar down. Yeah. Yes, it sucks. No, you're not dying. You're just getting deleted, Nasty Jack, and the universe isn't giving you back your divine feminine. You're a Nasty Jack. Running around eating freaking green eggs and ham or whatever. I don't know. The universe tried to talk to you, but you kept hurting the divine feminine, and now everything that you did to her is going to be done to you. The universe was warning you. And messy does not mean powerless. She gets to take the heartbreak off and throw it in the fire. You guys aren't taking her glow up. Absolutely not. You're not going to heart shatter this one and take her honor again and step into her authority. You low-life POSs. You're just fake. You're fake. You don't believe love pays the bills. They don't believe in love. They believe in manipulation and theft. They believe in premeditated red rum and torture of high-value people. You're no longer mistaking chaos for chemistry. You're no longer taking on that crap. They are a fire hazard. This is illusionists. They sponsored the circus. Look, she's so mad. She sponsored the circus. She said chaos was the way to go. And she's like, they're all mad, fighting with each other. Heartbreak, 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 because you made it out alive. And you're the king. You're the king. You're the son. And you have your bride. You made it out alive, barely. The Empress and her twin flame is here. The king, the son, the oath, the bride, the sacrifice, covering people in her bouquets, in her rose. She's the rose. She's the liberation. Casanova and Jezebel are not going to take her shine or her authority or her identity. They will not pose as the rose because they're not. They're the ones who stuck a knife in it maybe, but they're not the rose. They're not getting the rose. They won't be covered by the rose. They're afraid. They're not getting covered by the rose. The rose is like, get out of here. She was a porn star wearing your face and then broadcasting it throughout the universe, and she wanted to take your place by framing you as being unworthy. But your person, the sun here, knows firsthand, irrefutable evidence because you're connected telepathically, energetically. They can see exactly what you're doing and what you're experiencing. They know what they're doing to you, and they know what your pattern is. Everything coming out of them is a lie. It always has been. But it was a really good trick. Built on your own energy. Very difficult too. The love me, leave me. The unstable affection. The deflowering of you when you're just a child. And then treating you like a prostitute. And then getting with an actual prostitute and making movies of you. They're in fear here about your growth. They want to talk, but they don't know what to say. You're a master. You're a master. You're both masters. The son and his bride are masters. Craftsmanship is the name of the game. Hello. But the life itself is not a game. Very serious about adding value to the soul, about mastering one's self. They're deleting the unwanted memories. They're deleting all of this nasty crap. Oh, the pimp can't sleep. The pimp can't sleep. The pimp can't sleep. They're getting deleted. Digital closure. Cut off. They're cut off. They can no longer access your mental body, your source connected, very sensitive and delicate communications system. These ones are getting disconnected from you. Digital detox. There are some that are still connected. They're dead weight. They're being released. It's taking a little time. This curator is got his hooks in, and he's had his hooks into this collective field of consciousness for centuries. So the dude is a psychotic idiot. He doesn't have any thoughts of his own. If he disconnects from the collective, he will not have an identity. He won't know what to think. He's just sitting here spinning in this great need. It's crazy. The Empress is here, abundant. She's got this luxurious energy, fertile. Her distant twin flame is with her, guiding her. And the projectionist is having anxiety. They don't have intuition. All they have is trauma. And they project it onto the people. This fear. And they cause an environment where people make all of their decisions based on fear. They train people how to be fearful, afraid to try, afraid to rebel, afraid to say no, afraid to go outside. This is their training ground. We got the Ace of Cups here, a renewal, a new beginning, and the world, an ending. Alpha, Omega, we got the family ties. You're here together. Retrograde, didn't cancel your to-do list. Procrastination, gaslighted, used and then discarded. So retrograde, you're with the Alpha and the Omega are together. They're going to grow together, learning from one another and evolving as a unit. You've made it through some terrible stuff over the last many thousand years, great torture, but you survived and you did not release your soul to the devil. You still have it and source connection. So that's really, really good. You were used and discarded. You were thrown away. You were devalued. You were treated as trash. And everything that they did to you will be going back to them. They twisted the truth. They actually had you doubting your own self. You're the Seven of Pentacles here. You persevered and you're coming into a harvest, a reward. But you got this puppet master out there with their hand out. They don't want you to have happiness. What's happening with this greedy retrograde? They had their hand out. You came into a reward. They had their hand out. They stole everything from you lifetime after lifetime. And God has said they will never take anything from you ever again, Empress. Never will they take anything from you ever again. The evidence is so unbelievable. Thousands of years they tortured you, hoping that they could destroy or at least consume your soul. And they were not able to. And now it's a no contact zone for this puppet master. Do not touch this person. The silence game, enforced distance. They gaslighted you. They retrograde. The Alpha and the Omega are here as family ties, growing together, learning from one another. Retrograde. Somebody, procrastination. We got somebody procrastinated, used, then discarded, thrown away. Emotional trash, gaslighted, manipulated. We got a no contact zone. The puppet. Monetary chains. The puppet. No contact zone. No contact zone. What's going on? The Hermit is here. Seven of Cups. The illusions around the Divine Feminine's mind. Somebody's maintaining a facade. They're being unfollowed. They're trying to compare themselves with you. They're obsessed. You've got your freedom here, but They're not leaving you alone. They still want to maintain a facade. They're sitting there pretending still, but they're losing followers. They're losing followers. You chose yourself. And this person is out here spying on you. And it could be that this hermit is looking at all of the illusions that were cast over your mind by this person, spying on you and then making their own digital content. They're losing followers. You chose yourself. You are authentic and you're glowing. And you got this other person trying to be you. They're falling apart. They're losing their mind. I mean, look at the difference. They're spying on you, trying to portray themselves as you, but what the hell? I mean, obviously, they're not you. They're trying to portray themselves as the sun's bride, as the empress to this twin flame. There's a clean break here. You're healed. You're not hooked. So there's judgment being called on what they've been doing to these divine feminines at the gate. They've been shattering their rainbow covenant and then stepping in, assuming the spiritual identity. The walls are closing in on these people. Let go already. Just let the fuck go. You've got clarity on this. And it's just let go, you dumb bitch, man. Okay? You're healed. You're not hooked. Everybody's got clarity. You're free of these damn assholes. Look, you deserve better. You deserve better than these low-life imitators fucking around with your energy and your life. These people, you don't even know them. They're spying on you on the AI, on the internet. And they're like, hey, I want that identity. Well, no, bitch. What you're going to do is you're going to get digital detox. And then you're going to get to go live the life that you made Divine Feminine live while in the dark, suffering this terrible, terrible, frightening experience. It's going to be all yours. We got the Three of Pentacles here. That's a masculine and a feminine arm. They are linked. They are together. And ooh, I got this big old thing here. And they have chosen sobriety. They've got their shit together and they're focused on long-term goals rather than short-term bullshit, discomfort. So this is endings. It's detachment. It's closure. Whoever this ex is, this piece of shit that deleted you, yeah, well, he's got to just get the F on. Get the F on, man. They're trying to rewrite your story, and it's like, dude, are you serious? Let go already, you freaking psycho. You're freaking psycho, man. You love bombing psycho. You love bombing psycho. They're sitting here trying to rewrite the story. Well, no, she's already with somebody else, you stupid. Let go. You freaking psycho. She doesn't even know who you are. You've been gone for so many lifetimes. Nobody even knows who you... Shut up. So you know exactly what to do. The Two of Swords is in the reverse. This is digital detox. You are going to get some clarity and they are going to get to go away. This is dead weight. They're not even in your realm. They're in another dimensional space trying to trap you there, trying to change places with you. So all of these doorways are going to get shut. And all of those connections are going to be disconnected. You're liberated from the dead weight. The AI system is coming undone. It wasn't love. The fantasy has crashed. The truth has been exposed, and you're done hoping for any of these digital, fragmented people in other realms or whatever. They were wanting to hijack your freaking home, your realm, your wherever it is, beyond the Emerald Gate. They wanted your gate. They wanted your authority over that gate. Right now, there's a Queen of Wands in the reverse in that gate position. She's a fraud. She's been heart-shattering divine feminines at the gate and then sucking up the... This is a freaking vampire. Justice is being served. The law of cause and effect on the money worshiper, Casanova. It missed their deadline for their sacrifice, and now they're distracted. They're having car accidents, and lots of stuff is happening. Danger is approaching. The dead are coming to consume the dead. Zombies are coming up to claim the dead. They're caught in tensions. Jezebel is choking them out. She's like, you told me that I could be the sun's bride. Well, no, bitch, you can't. Her twin flame, the Empress's twin flame, knows very clearly. It's not you. It's not you. You're not glowing. You don't have a glow up, and you're not stealing her glow up. Back and forth, confusion. There's no glow up there. Nope. You always come back. It's false hope. False hope. So Casanova gave this woman false hope, and now they're being blocked and blessed. It's closure. No freaking contact. Closure. Get on down the freaking road. Justice is happening. So now they're in regret because they used you like a drug. They trapped you and they prostituted your womb. You probably left you single and alone for decades, or if not your whole damn life, because they were too busy prostituting your freaking energy. They didn't want anybody taking advantage of you. They wanted it all for themselves. They're a nasty fucking piece of shit. So yeah, never really over. Stalking your socials. Nothing adds up. The gut knows. These people burned the damn bridge. They used you only when it was convenient, and they came in with a different identity every damn time. Fuck them. Who gives a shit, right? Final goodbye. It's irreparable. Nobody cares about you, man. You didn't care. You didn't care. Should have been done. Should have been done. Left you alone. Came back in. Oh, I know I'm a monster, but I'm sorry. Well, no, you're not. It's glow up time for you. These people have been feeding on you for centuries. This energy is your energy. The authority that they have been wielding is not their authority. It belongs to the golden light carriers, those who embody the essence of the sun, the SOL, those who transmute density, darkness, those who bring forth the light. Yeah, it's glow up time for you. These people have been feeding on you long enough. It's over. It's over. There's a great separation. Block and bless. Block and freaking bless. Block and freaking bless. Woo, the sun and the bride are together here. She is covering people in the rose. The rose is covering people in grace. So she's handing out flowers, and there's a warning shot being made to that porn star, that Netflix queen or whatever the hell, making movies and broadcasting it, wearing your face. Yeah, the love me and leave me, the unstable affection, they want to write a message, they want to talk to you, they don't know what to, but hey, look, man, they're getting readings on you. This shady mask-wearing Jezebel. They want to talk, but it's just a shady mask-wearing Jezebel. They want to get in this bride's energy. They want to be seen as the rose, as the sun's bride, as they want to be seen as the Empress. They want to get connected to her twin flame, the Alpha, the Omega. This is exactly what this is. Psycho. Freaking psycho. She's a psycho, man. She doesn't want to let go. She's a freaking Netflix porn star. Unstable. Unstable. There's a warning shot. To those who are skipping the necessary steps to gain advantage. They want to unalive this couple. They want to keep them apart, but they came together anyway. They are together. The sun and the bride. The rose. There is 2 eggs. Bloody yolks. These are 2 Christed beings that are united now. 2 sacrifices, the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. Innocent and pure sacrifice are together. The son and his bride are here, and everything is changing now. The Empress is with her twin flame, married. They are masters, always with the mind of an apprentice. It doesn't matter how much knowledge they gain. They're always adding more and more and more value to their soul. And these lazy, no good for nothing pimps and whores, they want the title and the money and all that, but they don't want to add value to their soul. They just want to go fuck, and then take antibiotics whenever they get a disease, whatever. They're going in the shadow. You're deleting unwanted memories. You're deleting unwanted memories. These people are being digital closed. Delete, delete, cold exit. They cannot sleep. They fell into a trap. They're going in the shredder. They deleted you, and now you're deleting them. They cannot be in your energy. They cannot live in your house, and they will not be served by you. They will not take anything from you ever again. Never, ever will you have to serve these psychos again. They hurt you too bad. The Empress is here. She's very, very divine and abundant. She offered them a life of luxury. And they wanted more and more and more. And they demanded that she owed it to them. Lazy, no good for nothing. Projecting their trauma, projecting their inner wounding onto others, instilling fear in people. Doing love spells on them, fucking around with their minds, their hearts. They're afraid now. They were projecting all of their trauma onto this Empress, and now her distant twin flame knows. They're in fear now. They're being told to stop, and they're having anxiety. We got the Ace of Cups, Alpha, new beginning, and the world ending, completion, wholeness. We got family ties coming together, evolving as a unit, and we've got retrograde on those who used and discarded you, on those who gaslighted and manipulated you, those who told lies about you and twisted the truth. Everything they did is going back on them. They have to be held responsible. They wanted to live in the moment. They gaslighted you in order to gain an easy life. And now they're fucked up over you. Why? Because the mental magic that they called out on you is coming back on them. And they're not happy. Well, they should have thought about that before they started playing in that kind of energy. Because you got the Seven of Pentacles here. You persevered through whatever magic they're trying to do here. It's coming retrograde back onto them. They're not happy. You're getting your reward. And it's a no contact zone between this silent game of the puppet. Those who are trying to puppet you. Those who are trying to trap you in a cycle of consumption. Those who are trying to trap you so that they can use you as a slave labor. It's no contact zone. No contact zone. Who gives a shit about you, Jezebel? Shocking news. Shocking news. It's a no contact zone. They're not supposed to touch you. They're supposed to treat you with respect. But every time they come into your energy, it's foul play. And it's nasty. And it's brutal. And it's cruel. So we got the Hermit here doing the research over the mental, over the illusions that had been cast over the Divine Feminine's mind. It's not coming from the mind. It is being transmitted through the transmitter receiver. They're spying on you. This nasty bitch is spying on you. And they're crying. They're like, hey, they're crying big and loud. Big and loud, crying. They're obsessed with you. But you chose you. You're no longer crying over this spilt milk. You're no longer crying over the cruelty of this nasty bitch and her pimp. You don't care. You're emotionally mature. You're responsible for your own life. And you got these people who don't even know you, focusing on you. Like they don't have anything better to do. Their life has no value. So judgment is here. There is a re-evaluation happening regarding Divine Feminine. They lied and they were sending false reports to the ancestors for centuries. The walls are closing in. You're removing the walls built by cultural differences. These guys were all about divide and conquer. They did not want the Egyptians and the family of Trine together. They separated them. The crown and the root. They separated. The bark beetle came in and decided to mess everything up. And then they separated everybody and they changed the language and they said, oh, it was God. Well, no, I mean, maybe it was, but it was all based on false reporting, if indeed it was. So it's like, let go already. We got clarity here. These people just wanted you single. They didn't want you to be with anybody because they didn't want any competition. And you on your own are significantly challenging enough. But now that the sun is here with his bride, the Empress is here with her twin flame, and the Alpha and the Omega are in a family bond, evolving as a unit, it's like, you deserve better. You're healed, not hooked. You're free and you're detached of this crap. It's time for you to glow up. You're going to go into transformation, and it's blocked and blessed. This is closure. You're letting it all go. You chose you and your twin chose you. It became very obvious who you are when you stopped actually competing with these people or allowing them to play with you like they were. We got ghosted. You chose yourself. You're detached from these people. Shocking news. You chose you. It's like you don't care about them. They're playing games with your mind regarding love, regarding rejection, regarding infidelity, regarding nobody wants to marry you or make you the mother of their children or whatever the hell kind of mind F they were giving you throughout your many years of life. You chose you, so you glowed up. You gave your love to your inner divine. You developed a relationship with the universe inside of you, and these other ones just cease to exist. They no longer exist. They want to exist. They keep trying to force themselves in on your mind, in on your heart. They keep trying to shatter your chakra, your rainbow covenant, so that they can step in and pretend that they're your spiritual identity. It's what they've been doing for a very long time. It's how these cheap, sleazy, freaking hoe bags have been getting along in the world. They're losing sleep. They're worried, replaying events, thinking about you. They know what they did to you, and you blocked them. You've got boundaries up. There's no contact. You're committed here. You, the sun and his bride, the Empress and her twin flame, are locked in. Locked in. Clear-minded. They are duking it out with these substances. They're a heavy hitter. They're like, look, we're not using the alcohol. The alcohol opens the gates. It releases the control over the mental body. The principalities, these psycho MFers can come in and have a great time when you're doing that. And, you know, somebody who's lived through it, I know these things. And it's true. Excuse me. We've got endings and detachment for the love-bombing MFer. They're confused. They left you in confusion, and now it's their turn to be confused. You're shredding these unwanted memories. These people are trapped. They deleted you, and now that you're deleting them. They have no spiritual gifts. They have no spiritual gifts. They have to tap and tag somebody who does, so that they can then infiltrate the mind and pretend as though they're receiving your intellectual property, your messaging. They have no spiritual gifts. They're confused. Two of Swords is in the reverse. You know exactly what decision to make. This is digital detox. You know exactly who to cut off. You got some folks out there like mine. They took away my ability to do live streaming. And I just think it's because they don't want these messages getting out. And, you know, they're the dead weight. Maybe they think I'm dead weight. I don't know. But I feel that I've been liberated. It wasn't love. It wasn't anything. The truth is being exposed by a beloved child of the Most High. Could be you. It wasn't love, man. It was just they wanted you here to carry the weight. Divine feminine, divine masculine, alpha omega. Justice is here. The law of cause and effect is here for those who kicked you off of the teeter-totter and just stuck a big old wad of cash there and just ogled it all day long. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Fucker. Yeah, Casanova missed the deadline for his sweet little sacrifice, and now they're all distracted by these car accidents and all this bad danger that's approaching them. They got zombies coming up, man. They are the fodder. They're the new fodder, and that was straight out of God's mouth. They're caught in the tension with their little Jezebel because she did not get your glow up, and she's mad. She's mad about this back and forth, this emotional yo-yo. You always come back, you crappy little guy. It's a familiar pain. A familiar pain, says the queen bee. They're not taking your glow up. It's goodbye. The true colors are seen of these karmic ties, and it's goodbye. They're not taking your glow up with this reckless sex and bumping heads, their little illusion, their little fairy tale, you know, pretending to be a twin flame when they're not, just because they had reckless sex. Bad freaking news. Bad freaking news. We got secrets. Somebody knows some secrets. Secrets are being revealed. That's bad news. Somebody's happily single, cycling around and around and around, separated. Police station for a fake spiritual guru, leading people down the wrong path. Heartbroken over this love you, hate you bullshit. This is an enemy, a principality that's been sleeping with the angels, and they've been knocking them down, shattering their heart at the gate, at the Emerald Gate, to keep them trapped here so that they could pimp them out, rape them, feed on their womb, drain the eternal life that's connected to all of the Star Nation soul tribes and their gates. Yeah, these assholes are in big trouble. You're getting your wish, and they're drinking to cope. This is a thug, a sweet-talking thug, and they're a real jerk, man, that kept sacrificing you. They didn't give a shit about you. They're running now. They're all up in their feelings. It's like, oh no. Under pressure about the workplace affair. Wait a minute. Let's do it. Oh, no. We got a family here who's been praying. And this dude is in massive regrets because of the illumination of the truth. They kept killing you and replacing you with a mask-wearing Jezebel. They kept stealing your honor and replacing you. Now they're ashamed. They're ashamed. They were in the wrong. They were trying to pretend by Divine Feminine. They said that Divine Feminine didn't do shit. They stripped everything from her. And now this jackass was mirroring her. We're closing the cycle. Feeling like, shit, they don't have any strings. You didn't want any? You're not going to get any? No. Absolutely the F not. Divine Masculine has learned his karmic lesson with those sweet little bodies that can wiggle their hips and twitch their little thing just perfectly. Yes, they're having a firestorm of karma. Mr. Arrogant POS, how's your party now? Jerk off? Yeah, they miss you and your life path because, you know, they like being fake busy. And they're spying on you from secret accounts. Romance. They want romance with somebody who loves themselves, but the fake people, the fake DNA, they're not really human. They're not of the same species. These are principalities running around in animated corpses. They're getting blocked from asking you to marry them. No more will they have a relationship with that. God is going to step right in and take care of it. He said this is the end of their relationship with batteries, and that means that from here for eternity, those psychos that have no light in them, that are just running around trying to keep from rotting by having a lot of sex with people who are alive so they can harvest that energy, no. So you're turning your back on the memories. You're throwing those memories in the shredder. You're deleting these assholes. It's digital closure. It's all going down. And there's a lot of legal matters for these backstabbing POSs and what they did with their marriages, accusing you of this toxic lifestyle. It's too late. They're getting readings, but it's too damn late because their side hustle, they were side hustling you and now they're being rejected. It's like, get out of here. All of the side hustlers are being rejected. You are free. God is fed up with these assholes and you are free of those jerks. You're free to move on and actually get married to somebody who has value. Not some freaking vampire who wants to unalive you and hurt you badly. Well, you know, we're fortunate that God is watching and paying attention, and he's like, no, these brides will no longer be serving vampiric, psycho MF and red running, fearful POSs, money worshipping thieves, dead weight. Dead weight. They're dead weight. So the son and his bride are together in an oath, and she's covering people. She's passing out bouquets of roses, and there's a firing of a warning shot to this crazy psycho who won't let go. They're trying to communicate with you, but they're holding back. It's this unstable affection. This dude is weird, and he's got his little Jezebel Netflix pornography maker. They're in a trap. They don't want to let go. We've got an appreciation for you. People have appreciation for you. You're covering them. So you're the sacrifice, and he's the sacrifice. And this double yoke of this bloody yoke, you are the Christed beings, the Alpha and the Omega, the first sacrifice, the last sacrifice, the beginning and the end. And here you are. Everybody appreciates you. You take care of the animals. You take care of the children. You're not slaughtering and eating and shedding blood and causing anger and fear and doing spells on people's minds and causing trauma in everybody's freaking life. No. You're a master. You've mastered yourself, and you continuously add value to your soul with the mind of an apprentice. You're shredding these patterns and these unwanted memories. You're deleting them. All these random thoughts and these intense feelings that are not yours, these remnants of these crazy psychos who want to continue using you and your temperance energy to process their own instability by forcing it into you. It's not yours. Now they're deleted. They're getting deleted from past lives. They deleted you in past lives. They kept you separate from your true twin, and they are gonna get messed up. It's complete closure, digital closure. Wherever these digital freaking wonkers live, you are not gonna be connected to them. Cold freaking exit. They're in a trap. The Empress is here, very abundant, and she's connected to her twin flame. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They've grown together, and they have hidden truths about their personal growth. But then they're here together, the Alpha and Omega, and they're evolving as a unit. So everything that they've learned while separated is now being pulled together, and there is even a greater understanding about these love spells, about how these idiots, these magicians have been leading everybody down a path of incoherency, making decisions based in fear. Afraid to speak, afraid to talk, afraid to announce myself, afraid to dare. Read a book, exercise authority, demand respect. The Alpha and the Omega are here in a family type, growing and evolving as a unit. We've got retrograde happening for those who used and discarded you, who devalued you, who threw you away. They gaslighted and manipulated you and everybody else, their minds. They twisted the truth about you just so that they could have a lazy, live in the moment, sweet lifestyle. Now they're effed up over you. All that mental magic is back on them, and they're not happy. And who cares? Nobody cares. You twit. Nobody cares. I don't care. I need Melania's coat. Oh yes, I need that coat. It's the best one. I should get it. Childlike, you're innocent. You're innocent. They're effed up over you. They've been messing with you. The rabbit. They've unalived you 17 times as an infant. These people know who you are. They've been recycling you through soul trauma forever, and they've been trying desperately to destroy your soul connection with Source. They wanted to your spiritual identity all to themselves, and they did not want you soul connected. They traumatized you in the best way that they knew how, and they were hoping that they could get ahead and go ahead and take that soul. But you refused to give it up. You kept saying no. There's boundaries here with the past now. You are armored up. Nasty POSs. You're getting the reward for persevering through this damn puppetry. This is a no contact zone. They gotta leave you alone. And this is shocking news to Jezebel, the one who wants to be you. You are the sun's bride, and you're covering people in your roses as this childlike. the Omega sacrifice. You're the last sacrifice. This will not happen in the future of this new chapter. Everybody will be carrying their own cross. They will be held responsible for their own mindset. No more will they be transferring Kaparat bullshit and torturing innocent animals and people doing that. The sleeping spell was fleeting. The religious authority was fleeting. This is a no contact zone. They cannot touch your mind anymore. They're not going to get in touch with God through you anymore, through these stupid love spells. Yeah, the Hermit is here looking into the illusions that have been cast over the mental body of these divine feminines. They're peeping. They want to maintain a facade, but they're getting unfollowed. They're losing followers. They're obsessed comparing themselves to you, but you chose you. This is a clean break. They're detached. It's a clean break from the ghost in the machine, the ghost in this other dimensional space. The ghost that wants badly to be you and to take your place in the land of the living. You're out of patience. You're out of patience. You're like, man, clean break. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, and if you look at this, you got 17 on that card. You're out of patience. 17 times they sacrificed you as an infant. Many times they burned you alive as a woman. They roasted you in the bowl. They hung you on a cross, just like Jesus, just like the Alpha. So now they're under judgment for what they've been doing to the divine feminines. These massive emerald hearts, these high priestesses and empresses, these divine, beautiful queens. The walls are closing in. We're removing the walls built by cultural differences. There will be no more separation. There isn't. There's a coming together without prejudice. We're combining all the skillful will and these magnificent connections that everybody has throughout the freaking cosmos, right? And we're coming together without bias, without prejudice, without any of this bullshit that everybody's been trained in regarding separation. And it's like, let go already, you nasty jack. You've got clarity. These ones have been holding on to you. You deserve better. You're healed, not hooked. You've got freedom, and it's glow-up time. Blocked and blessed. There is boundary here and closure. And somebody's losing sleep. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about your mind. They're thinking these gatekeepers are in your imagination. The lion, you're the lion father, the sun, here you are. The sun. And this daughter, or whatever you want to consider that, bride, the mind, gatekeeper. You could be looking into the imagination of the gatekeeper. It could have been imagination for the gatekeeper that they were gonna take over this tribe of the sun beyond the Emerald Gate. They wanted to take over the Emerald Gate. And the mind of it. The sun, the lion. We got a lot of devils at the gates right now who have been shattering the rainbow covenant and then stepping in as a spiritual identity of high value, high priestess, empresses for a long time now. Separating them from their tribes. I really think that there's been a lot of souls, a lot of spirit soul complexes that have been born into tribes and bodies of not belonging to their star nation. And I feel that this is so that their own star nation would attack them and hurt them and try to do this. There's been some weird, wacky things here. So they've been wanting to command the Emerald Gate of the tribe of Lyra. And they wanted to command the mind of the creators there. It's been real nasty. Yeah. Death. The Hermit is here looking at the illusions that have been cast over the mental bodies or ran through the mental bodies of the most sensitive, delicate transmitter receivers, divine, the communication system of source. We were here picking up on the nasty, heinous criminal activity that's been going on here. But the criminal psychos were able to cast magic over the mental bodies and convince people that it was coming from us rather than being picked up on and then ran through us. So We've got the hermit looking into that. We've got this creepy copycat is crying about you wanting to continue the facade, but they're spying on you from secret accounts. You've lost patience with these people and you chose yourself. You're like, look, you want to be an asshole? Go ahead and be an asshole. I'm choosing me. And you're making a clean break. You're detaching from these people, and there's death. You're detaching from the dead that keep shattering your heart space and wearing your golden energy, emerald love. They've been wearing your heart, your shattered heart, for centuries. These ghosts, these dead people. So you chose you, and now you're detaching from the dead with your temperance energy. You're taking your temperance energy, you're building boundaries when it comes to the shadow, and you're just out of there. You're like, I'm choosing me, man. I'm choosing me. I'm out of patience. We're done. There's judgment here for what they've been doing to the divine feminines, the high value feminines. We're removing the walls built by cultural differences. This is bullshit. Everybody's like, well, what about the cultural differences? Well, look, man, there's either you're a pimp and a rapist who eats and consumes and has sex with children and animals, and you're just a very low vibing psycho who just wants to fuck the world, or you're a high value flame in the world that is a creator, that is a builder, that is a manufacturer, that is a supporter of family divine. And rather than pouring acid into the mind of your wife, you nurture her with the best loving care. Crazy locos. There's forgiveness for you. You're protected under the Rainbow Covenant. They tried to shatter your Merkaba and your Rainbow Covenant, but you're in the robes of He. The Alpha and the Omega are wearing the same cloak, the same robe, the same coat. There is forgiveness here. You are protected. The Son and his bride are together. The Alpha and the Omega are together, evolving as a unit now. The Empress and her twin flame are together. These other nasty wannabe yous, there's digital detox. They're being cut off. They're being unfollowed. There's death. People are inspired by you. It could be that people in the community are inspired by you and the armor that you wear or that you wore when you were attacked. The healing that you went under. The rest. Laying to rest. The secret garden. The abundance. You've brought this knowledge to them about the opinions of these ones and your beautiful emerald heart that balances energy. These ones kept wanting to shatter it. Shatter, 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 shatter. You're just too powerful. She doesn't know how strong she is. We better break that heart. We better wear it around our own neck. We better tell everybody that this power belongs to us. So they just take the love out of the world, man. The love that's meant to stabilize the planetary realm. You're the planetary damn stabilizer. All of these women, man, have been shattered at the gate and not permitted to enter. Why? Because you got some crazy psycho who wanted to take over the realm. The realm of the teachers and their mind. They wanted to command your mind. The gatekeepers. They were appointed to be caretakers, and instead they became red rumming thieves, and they're uneasy regarding the shadow. Over your self-care and the history when you were stranded. They didn't pay any attention. They figured you were just down for the count, and that was it. They kept you in isolation. But what were you doing in isolation? You were listening. God never left you. There's an offering in the circle. You're speaking up about your unity with the mother. The all that is life, living and giving. You've got your nighttime wings. You can fly around in the night and you can look for those little lights that may have gotten lost there. and you're making your move, you could be flipping a table regarding past sacrifices of devils, high priestesses that were sacrificed in the past. And what devil is there wearing a mask? There's a devil wearing the robe of a high priestess sacrificed in the past. So you're there now, and you can find out who they are. You're very strong. You got strong joy, strong love. And these other people, they don't have strong joy and strong love. They have arrogance. They have this psychotic, I'm better than you. But I love you and I just want to guide you correctly. Well, no, they're talking down on somebody who has not only survived, but has been victorious over a whole shitload of psychotic MFers. And you're coming in after dealing with all this impossibility as not only a survivor, but a victor. And you've got these nasty bitches there trying to tell you that you should remain silent. They don't belong there. And things are falling apart for them. Their idea of fear is to stop you from speaking. They're the ones who are in charge of molding minds and driving lives, not you. They don't want you speaking. They want you to be silent. They're getting a warning shot. Stay away from the rose. Stay away from the sun. Stay away from this union. They're divinely guided. They're divinely guided. It's the Alpha, the Omega, the Son, and the Bride. They're divinely guided. They're the intervention. They're the serendipity, the catalyst and karma for the clown, the lying snake. They're drinking because everything they did here was a crime. A major crime. Sacrificing high value women and then bringing up devil women dressed in their robes, man. You nasty psycho jacks are fucked. You pimps. The sun is here with his bride. Everybody has an appreciation there. The rose. The sacrifice. The Alpha and the Omega. The first and the last. The psycho won't let go. They're trying to send messages. They're not sending them. They don't want to. This is unstable affection. This is a freaking psycho. There's no affection. This jackass has been prostituting your energy for centuries while using your energetic signature to do baneful magic and blame you for harming people. These same people that have a great appreciation for you, they know who you are. These people have been lying. Those psychos have been lying about you. You share everything that you have. Everything that you have gained through suffering, you're giving it away. You don't demand a high value life, a high materialistic life. Your whole purpose is to add value to the soul. So hard work and mastery is where it's at. The mind of an apprentice never, ever sleeps. You're throwing the memories of the past lives in the shredder. You're deleting them. You're deleting them. They can't sleep. They're in a trap. Clown. There's a clown in a trap. This psycho clown is in a trap. They can't sleep. You're deleting them. It's a cold exit. The Empress and her twin flame are here together. This magician is projecting their trauma through love spells. They're full of anxiety. They're afraid. They're trying to project their anxiety onto somebody else. And that's the truth. You could have discovered the truth. The hidden truth is that these magicians have been projecting through love spells and reckless sex their own fear and anxiety that are stopping people from advancing. They've been holding them in a state of a state of lack, not a state of poverty, peasantry, lack. There's another P word, but I can't think of it right now. The Ace of Cups, the Alpha, the World card, the Omega, the completion, the family ties. The two are together and they're evolving as a unit now. We've got retrograde for those who used and discarded you. Everything that they did to you to devalue you will be done to them. They gaslighted and manipulated you in order to live in the moment. They're effed up over you and they're not happy. You're childlike, you're innocent, and you're reconciled. There's an understanding. They have been red rumming you as an infant over and over and over again. You had no understanding of self, of family, of anything. And now there's an understanding here. Whatever they made of you and the stories that they were telling about you, it was all a lie based on their abuse and trauma and their own actions toward you. They were never kind. They were never generous. They were never helpful. They abandoned you and then they hired people to destroy you. But you persevered anyway, and you're coming into your reward. This puppet, whoever this puppet master is, wants to use you for profit. This is a no contact zone. It's a no contact zone. Their religious mastery, source connection, was very fleeting. The sleeping spell is worn off, and this is shocking news. Shocking news to the snake. Shocking news to the liar. The hermit is here gathering all the information regarding the illusions that have been pushed in on the minds of high value people. Your very delicate transmitter receivers, communication devices of source. It's your job and your duty to pick up the interferences, the threats of the environment, and it's your job as that sensitive communication device to let the foundation keepers know what's happening here. But instead of that happening, these nasty jacks, they just buried you and decided to say that it was you, but it was them pushing it through you, which is crazy. A very they're real good at it, you know. They're really real practiced. It's been a long time. So now they're peeping on you. They want to continue the facade, but they're losing followers. They're starting to cry. Everybody's paying attention to you, and you've lost patience with these people. You've got up boundaries. You're holding your temperance energy. You're choosing you, and you're making a clean break. You're not letting these ghosts into your energy field anymore. They're ghosts. They're uninvited guests trying to force their way into your energy field. A bunch of principalities from another dimension linked to you through this digital system, this tech. It could be nanobots, nanochips. They say that it's the medicine that is the bridge. It could be graphene or the stupid nanobots or whatever that's in the medicine that's allowing them connection, signal. They think that this medicine is going to give them that. But no, apparently it's all coming undone anyway. There's a knowing of what to do here. We're not stuck at the crossroads. We know what to do to get rid of this digital signal and to release the dead weight of these entities that are in these other spaces, leeching and latching onto you like a parasite, uninvited guest. They're under judgment for what they've been doing to the mental body of the divine feminines and removing the walls built by cultural differences. People are upset about cultural differences. Well, you know, some people, pedophilia and RAPE and intentional red rumming of your wife, throwing acid in your wife's face, whatever the hell, you know, this kind of dirty, filthy crap. I was in the astral one time and I went to a place and there was a man on a bed and there was like a 5-year-old little girl there and she was all curled up next to him. And he threw a big sack of money at me. I threw it back at him. She was afraid, the little girl, but I thought, you fucking creep. And I mean, that cultural, excuse me, no. And grown men sticking their tongues in little boys' mouths. Oh, it's a cultural thing. It's okay. Well, no, that's not. Yeah, might have a little problem with that. Let go already, you nasty jack. Divine feminine deserves better than... Okay, and divine masculine deserves better too. We've been playing with this. The alpha and omega. You are reconciled. There's an understanding. Everybody who have been abandoning you, it was the copycat. It was not your empress. They were sacrificing her as an infant before she even knew who she was. Sacrifice, 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 soul trauma, soul trauma, soul trauma, heart shatter, heart shatter, heart shatter. It's been heinous, man. It's been heinous. It's been confusing. But you've discovered what the mystery is. And now they're worried. They're worried because they're getting blocked. They're getting blocked. There's this closure. The man and the woman, the son and the bride, the alpha and the omega are here, and they're linked in their arms, and they are talking about long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. Look, man. They're choosing sobriety. There's no more alcohol. The alcohol opens the gates. It releases the command over the mind, and principalities can step right in. The enemy can just step right in to a family member's body if that shit is allowed. There's a detachment, there's endings, there's closure for these love bombing jackwagons who have no spiritual gifts. There's a cool down. They're going to lose the heat. They're going to lose connection to the star and the sun. Do you know exactly what to do? The Two of Swords is in the reverse. There's digital detox. You're going to release the dead weight of these other dimensional spaces. You are liberated. It was not love. There was no collaboration. It was competition. And it was a flat out premeditated red rum and a desire to destroy this tribe of the sun and his bride. The lion and the jaguar have been united. These are beloved children of the Most High Divine. That had been used as an exhibit, sacrificed, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, innocent and pure, infant, 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 infant. These nasty psycho masculines have been violating horribly the powerful soul and spirit of a divine being in an infant temple. So the law of cause and effect is here. Justice will be served on the money-worshipping nasty jack, the little pimp with an appendage that he thinks is God. He worships it like it's God. That's why they have these obelisks everywhere. Their God is a penis. They stab it. They stab everything with it. So Jezebel and Nasty Jack are caught in tensions. Danger is approaching. The zombie apocalypse is here. They're very distracted. They're getting accidents. They miss their deadline for a sacrifice. Casanova's true colors can be seen. Divine Masculine is saying goodbye, as well as Queen Bee. Good for goodbye. They will not be stealing the glow up of this Queen Bee this time. They always come back. This back and forth. Always, always, always. And it's goodbye. Goodbye, because the Queen Bee finally sees the true colors, and so does the Divine Masculine. You can all see very clearly now, and you're letting go of the third-party enemy. You're letting go of the third-party enemy. Mr. Casanova Pimp, Gigolo, interdimensional addict on divine essence. Divine timing is here. We've transformed, we've evolved, and we are creating change. You have mastered yourself, Apple. You have mastered yourself. And their law is coming down on the mirror. They're responsible for every nasty effing thing they did in your mirror. And it will happen to them. They got off on it. You're suffering. Now they get to experience it. To see how happy they truly are about it. You remained silent. You remained silent as you became this great leader. And discovered the core of the problem and the key people. You are the key. So now you get a new beginning because you've done your investigation. You're psychic. I heard a masculine say, well, I hope you had fun with her. She's psychic. Yeah, she's connected to source. And all you nasty jacks, we got a miracle. The sun is setting down these nasty jacks. You've solved the puzzle. You've solved the puzzle, and they will be in eternal regret for the little game that they have played with high-value souls here. Yep. You're about ready to encounter your person, and they miss you. Yeah, they miss you. You're born with features and personality that they like. Okay? And you're successful here. Together, you're going to start a business. You're going to do something. You remain firm in your hope, the hope of a mustard seed. And every year, you've got this beautiful flower full of seeds of hope. And you spread them everywhere. And while some called them weeds, it was the first food for the bee. You're taking care of people, taking care of things, and they always looked at it as though it was unnecessary. This old person of the past. They've got photographs of this trashy bedroom scene. What a piece of shit. The torment that they put you through in the nasty bedroom scene. Gang raping, whatever the hell. Your serendipity. Divine intervention is here. Your animal friends are here. You're single. You could be a lion. You could be a cat. You could be one of those tribe members. And it was forbidden for the shadow to sacrifice you and then to use your energy to ascend. It was forbidden. They're drinking now because there's a breakup. They're being sacrificed. They're being let go. Yep. The hermit is there looking at the illusions or looking at the mind, looking at what's going on with the mind. And every nasty POS that is there, dressing up in the shattered heart of a true divine being, is going to get in a big, big world of trouble. A crazy psycho. Yeah, crazy psycho doesn't want to let go. We've got his Netflix queen is there. They're unstable. They're trying to send a message, but they don't, but they keep erasing it. This is a good read. The sun and the bride are together. She's the rose. She's covering people in purity. We've got the alpha and the omega, the first and the last sacrifice for humanity. And we're getting a rebirth and a reset. Spirit guides are your shield. You are protected. You're protected from this psycho. You're a master. You're both masters. You mastered yourself and you're shredding the history. Unwanted memories of these past lives. You're shredding them. This clown is falling into a trap and he's getting deleted. He's getting freaking deleted. They can't sleep. It's game over. It's game over for the clown. It's game over for the clown that F you up long, long ago. The Empress is here with her true twin, the hidden treasure. A magician projecting out their own trauma with this love spell bullshit, casting fear on everybody. Fear, anxiety. Yeah, they're being stopped. They're on the outside looking in. They're being stopped and they're being evicted. The Alpha and the Omega are together. We got the family ties evolving as a unit. Retrograde for everybody who used you and then abused you, gaslighted, manipulated you for an easy freaking lie. They're effed up over you now. They're not happy because you are innocent. You're still innocent. And there's an understanding here. They kept cycling you through sacrifice after sacrifice. They would unalive you. And as soon as you rebirth, they would unalive you again as an infant. They did it 17 times, they recently said. 17 is one of their favorite numbers. They love fucking people over with those special numbers, don't they? Of course they do. You can't fix them. You tried. You poured everything that you are as a high-value, upper-dimensional divine being. You gave them everything except your soul. And they stole your identity and your honor and everything that the Most High gave you to share. They claimed it. And they claimed to be you while they were raping you down here with Nasty Jack. Calling you a prostitute. Saying that they were more deserving because you were just a lousy hoe. You had no love in you after all. They shattered your damn heart at the freaking gate. This upside down little bitch. Freaking crazy psychos, man. They're dead. They're dead. They don't have any life in them. The only life that they ever have in them is a life that they suck out of an actual high-value person. They're vampiric murderers. That's all they are. Phases of the freaking moon witches. You can't fix them. No matter how much freaking magic they do, you can't fix them. They consider you their antidote. They have effed themselves up so bad. Your energy is the antidote. And guess what? They're not going to use you like that. your soul is weary, and they've been instructed that they will not destroy your soul. You're going to get your reward. You persevered and through this nastiness, and now it's a no contact zone. There will be no man touching you here. No contact zone. This snake cannot touch you. There's enforced distance. Their authority, their religious authority, is fleeting. It was all a lie. They kept poisoning your fertility. You may be childless. You may not even have had a child. So, look, take a step back is in the reverse. The animals. Might be on them. Moving forward. With a storm. Moving forward with the storm. We've got zombie apocalypse up here. The animals that they sacrificed. All the animals that they've been killing. The hermit is here looking at the illusions that have been cast over Divine Feminine's mental body. They're wanting to maintain a facade, but this stupid asshole here, this bitch, she's losing signal. She's losing followers. Enjoy the silence. Yeah, she's no longer going to be able to mess with your mind. She's suffering. She's suffering. And you get to enjoy the silence. You chose you. They're suffering. You got your boundaries up. Your temperance, you chose you. There's a clean break. You're going to enjoy the silence. You're out of patience with this, and so is God. All of that nasty mental magic is back on this little twig. She's a ghost, and she is getting detached. This is an uninvited guest. There's a big change for the uninvited guest. They're getting out of the garden. They cannot be there. They're a crazy psycho pimp whore, and they just shatter. They're murdering people by shattering the heart space, the rainbow covenant of high-value women. These nasty devils wearing masks. It was hidden. The method could be hidden, or maybe something will be hidden. Enjoy the silence. Maybe you don't have to listen to these assholes anymore. We've got digital detox. Whatever dimensional doorways that they had been coming and going in might be sealed shut. Judgment is happening here. The eye in the sky can see clearly. The walls are closing in. You're removing the walls built by cultural differences. Let go already. Crazy freaking psycho. You deserve better, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. You're healed, not hooked. You're free and detached. You've got clarity, and it's glow up time for you. All your energy belongs to you, and it belongs to whoever these children are that will come from you. You got these nasties out there. They're so worried about you having a family because you are the Alpha and the Omega. They don't want you to have children. Now, there's age. There's somebody maybe old. You may have already gone through menopause. I don't know what's going to happen. But there's timeline and dimensional shifts, and everybody's being reallocated. And I don't know if you're going to wind up in the same body when you wind up in your new house or your new dimensional space, or if there's going to be age regression and a calibration of the temple back to its youthful state. I think that might be part of it because I've been getting that message for a number of years now. And it could just very well be that you will be brought back into the original goddess status of an actual high priestess bride, empress bride. You've solved the mystery here. It's block and bless. People are losing sleep. You glowed up. You glowed up. Oh my goodness. And they can't get up. They're mocking you in an attempt to disguise fear. They can't get back up. They can't get back up. Into the upper dimensional space and place where you are, they cannot get back up. They're mocking you, but it's just, they're worried. They're not able to get back up. Three of Pentacles, the arms of the Alpha and the Omega, the Sun and the Bride are linked. You're focused on long-term discipline rather than short-term goals. This alcohol has got to go. You're rewriting this story. We've got endings, detachment, and closure for the love-bombing manipulator who doesn't have spiritual gifts. People are being tested. These upside-down psychos that are in the heavenly space, they are being asked to prove their creator ability. And, you know, most of them that are wearing the robe, they don't have roots. They don't have stability. They're a psycho. They're a freaking crazy psycho. And they've been up there magically transferring this shit onto the true high priestesses by mimicking them, spying on them. Not going to happen anymore. You're free of these crazy psychos. So, yeah, they have no spiritual gifts, and there's a cooldown. There's a cooldown. You are tapped in the infinite flow of the universe. You're the Alpha and the Omega. Those people who don't have gifts, who've been trying to shatter your chakra, your rainbow chariot, and then get on board and command your spiritual identity, while your 3D self is down here slaving and laboring and sleeping and swearing. There's no thing happening. I don't have any dreams. I don't have any dreams. No, while this Jezebel is over there commanding your identity in the upper dimensional spaces and places that you are. Nasty bitch. Northern Lights. Northern Lights. You know exactly what to do. There are 2 of Swords in the reverse. You know exactly what to do. You're not at a crossroads. You're moving forward with digital detox. You're releasing the dead weight. It's not something you're going to bring forward. It wasn't love. They prostituted everybody. They sacrificed the white roses, the purity. They desecrated every pure thing. The children, the beloved child of God. They desecrated everybody. The Northern Lights. The beautiful butterflies. And God sanctified them, washed away the impurity. And now justice is happening, the law of cause and effect for the money worshippers. Oh yes, the third-party enemies are being let go. Casanova and their true colors are being seen. They missed the deadline for their proper sacrifice, and he and his Jezebel friends are distracted, having car accidents and whatever else. Danger is approaching. The dead are in their territory. Caught in tensions. Jezebel wants to strangle this psycho Casanova. She didn't get it. She didn't get your glow up. She was lied to. She can't take your identity. You are protected by your spirit, guys. You are shielded. The Alpha and the Omega are shielded. You have a guarantee. These rat bastards have been stealing your honor and your identity for a long time. And they've been screwing everything up, trying to destroy the tribe beyond the Emerald Gate. Oh, you dirty little rat, you dirty little rat. Goodbye, Queen Bee, goodbye. She's ascending to the highest level of human existence, and she's leaving. You can say goodbye to the Queen Bee. Her true colors are seen. They're not taking her glow up. And this shit is coming in hot. The evil entity has left. It's returned to sender. It's coming in hot. These zombies are coming in hot to drag them all home. They're like, hey, yes, you're mine, bitch, you're mine. Oh, yes, yes, she belongs to them. They cannot hide what you already know. They're not going to get what they had hoped for. You've created your own dream. You've escaped. So, they got sad news, man. They got sad news. You're planting seeds and they have to reap what they have sown. You have cut through the truth. They were playing games with you and with everybody else, and justice is coming. It's coming in hot. This evil entity has left the building and it's going back to them. There is a journey, travel, and some kind of distance. You may be going to another portion of the world. There could be some kind of a transfer happening. The universe is guiding you in the right direction for your 2 bodies and 1 soul union. Could be receiving a gift soon. The ravens are here. Life and death, the spirit world, ancient wisdom and magic, the messengers, they support you. They support you. So this card came out in the reverse. It says no honor among thieves, but it came out in the reverse. says extortion, scandal, foolish plans, fraud, robbery. So the pleasant message is, and the good news is, that where you're going and what you're doing, moving on to the next level, there's no thieves, Queen Bee. The level that you have ascended to, there's no thieves. Somebody's undergoing a lot of suffering. They could be undergoing a spiritual death. Or maybe you did, and you're guided here. You're bringing changes to the whole of the world. Transformation for the whole of the world. Universal frequencies. The soul, the light of the soul, it's all coming in. Like the sun is here purifying the world. The Alpha and the Omega. The sun and his bride. You're here purifying the world. It's game over. You got these psychos. They wanted to keep these two apart. But the third-party enemies are being let go. And the Queen Bee has ascended to the highest level of human existence. So the royal mother stated that this was her last lifetime story, because she has ascended to the highest level of human existence. So now she gets to what? Move on into something else. She's an empress. Part of the hidden truth, the treasure, the Alpha Omega, the sun and his bride. That's the message. See you on the next one, everybody. Bye.